business plan, identify all your obstacles, know what all your things are. And so anybody that got in the business plan class at Brunswick, they qualified for a 30-minute one-on-one with me where we could talk about what your personal goals are. And then I started doing research for them because they didn't have access to full computer research. So I did hundreds of computer research projects for people that were with you. Well, then one day in that one-on-one, I had this young lady that was 22 years old. And when I did my one-on-one, she just started crying. I mean, she was just crying. And I said, what is it that's upsetting you so much? And she said, I'm getting out in 6 weeks and I'm scared to death. And I said, why? And she said, because I don't know how to handle money. And I live in a small community in Western Virginia and there's nothing waiting for me there. And it's going to be the same thing that I left. And I'm afraid that if I can't get a job and handle money, she's got a 5-year-old. And her 5-year-old daughter lived with her parents while she was incarcerated. But the sad thing was, she and the father of the child had gotten put up on drug charges, and she never heard from the guy again after 3 years. And so the father of her child's gone, and she said, I don't know how to handle money, and I don't want to have me and my daughter have to live with my parents for the rest of my life. I don't want to have to live with my parents. And she said, can you teach me how to handle money? And I said, yes, I can. But what you're asking me to do, everybody here needs to learn. Let me talk to Mr. Ponton about what you're asking me. So I came to you, Reginald, and you said, Mr. Copeland, that is wonderful. I'll never forget the way you said it. You said, that is wonderful. I said, I want to put a personal budget class in here. I want to add it to the personal finance, small business ownership. I want to add it to the business plan class. I want to teach personal budgeting real specific. And you said, well, that's absolutely wonderful that you want to do that, but let me give you an idea. You said, if we could do something very, very practical for them while they're here, it would be so good. And you said, if you could teach them how to convert their canteen spending to savings, to start looking at how they spend their money in the canteen, learn how to monitor it, keep track of it. If you could teach them how to stop spending so much money that's unnecessary that they don't need to spend and start increasing their savings, that would be a skill that they could carry when they get out that they'd have for the rest of their life. And Reginald, I just want to say thank you and God bless you for that conversation, because I did that and that's being taught all over the country because you gave me that assignment and asked me would I do that. And let me tell you, I'm not going to call her by name, but there was this one woman that after I instituted and taught that program, she raised her hand and she said, you want some feedback, Mr. Copeland? And I said, yeah, that'd be great. And she said, well, after you taught me how to pay close attention to what I'm actually spending in the canteen, I went back and got my records for the last 2 years. And she said, I said, what did you learn? She said, well, I found out because they keep records in the canteen. It's all their purchases are recorded. So she got a record. She was spending $160 a month every month in the canteen. And I said, well, that sounds like a lot of money, but would you mind telling me what you're spending it on? And she said, absolutely nothing, junk, candy and sodas and potato chips. And I said, wow, that sounds like a lot of potato chips. And I said, so after you learned that about your spending habit, what changes did you make? And she said, well, I got to thinking, I got another year here. And if I could cut that down to only $50 a month, I could save over $100 a month. She actually had 2 years. And she said, I'd have about $2,500 when I leave here. And I said, okay, well, did you do that? She goes, I've saved $100 a month for the last 2 months. And then the following month, she says, you want another update? And I said, absolutely. And she said, it was the last time in the month for me to go into the canteen. And I had everything on the counter. And when they rang it up, it put me over $50. And I said, what did you do? And she said, I put stuff back on the shelf. Well, Reginald, you were right what you said. And I have taught the basic program on how to monitor everything you spend and look at what you do, be conscious of what your spending habits are. And then it's called a self-motivated behavior change, where when a person becomes totally aware of what they're really doing And you said it before, this isn't just for incarcerated people. This is for everybody. Because when somebody realizes how much money that they're just wasting on Starbucks or junk food or whatever else may be, they can learn to control that and start reaching goals with their finances that they didn't think they could reach. And so I just want to say what you and I did together, it's benefited thousands of people. And from what you've talked about on this show, people understand that Virginia is successful, the number one in the country in fighting recidivism because of the dedication and the heart and the kindness of you and others like you. So Reginald, I just want to tell you, you're a beautiful person. I've enjoyed you. I love you from when I first met you. You're kind. That's what I want to talk about. You're a kind, caring, compassionate human being. And that's what it takes to take people who have fallen in their lives and made mistakes, that don't trust anybody. And they need to have somebody that they know respects them, treats them like an equal, like you said. And so I just want to thank you for coming on the show, sharing what you're talking about, and ask you, is there anything else that you'd like to say from your own personal experiences? You'd like to give a piece of advice to all the people that are hiding the truth? That, the show that you came in on, it doesn't have to be so exactly direct correlated, but you came on as my guest to sort of talk about the theme, people that don't do what they say they're going to do. But you went to the heart of the matter. A lot of people don't say what they're going to do because they don't know what they're doing with their lives. They're just basically getting from today to tomorrow, and they're saying whatever they got to say. And I've often said this: you ever think where the word convict comes from? It might have a lot to do with people that are trying to con other people that aren't being truthful with other people. So if you can take that thought and give some advice as we close the show to whoever might be listening, that you've got a message.
I would say when you look at what you do, the first thing you need to do is go to the mirror and look at yourself. And when you look at yourself, and you need to ask yourself, do you like what you see? And if you don't like what you see, you got the opportunity to change it. I want to kind of go back when I was talking about, how you want to be remembered. What is your legacy that you want to leave? And a lot of times, sometimes people don't think about this, but if people took the opportunity to sit down and think about that, what is the legacy you want to leave? And to me, I think they can lead you in the direction of where you can begin to do things where you can show an impact, wherever it may be at. It can be in your community, it can be in your church, it can be in the school system, it can be in your household, it could be at your job, wherever you see where you want to play that role at. We're here for a reason. And to me, take this opportunity to do something to where you can do something good for someone else. Let's not be so selfish in life. Let's understand that we all have flaws. We're not perfect. And most of all, build that relationship with God. Because I'm a true individual to say that I've been through things in life and I've seen what he has done for me. And we all are a work in progress. So we're not going to get it perfect, but we can make a difference each and every day that we had that opportunity to live. So when you get that opportunity to get up the next morning or the next day, make it in your mind that you're going to do something good to uplift somebody or uplift yourself.
Reginald, I'm just going to end the show because what you just said, we can end it on that. God bless you for all that you do, for being the person that you are. Thanks for being my friend, and thanks for all that you do for so many people. God bless you, Reginald.
God bless you too, Steve, and thank you for having me on your show. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, it's beautiful. I want everybody to just Have a wonderful week, and God bless each one of you.
Thanks for listening to Right Thinking with Steve Copeland. I look forward to being with you again next week. And remember, don't quit, plan ahead, it will get better. God bless you and have a great week.